Hi, my name is Paul. I have cerebral palsy on the right side of my body. My left hand is good, my right hand is maimed, and my left leg is good, and my right leg is maimed. Since birth, there has been, parts of my life that have involved grieving. I thought that I would find ways to overcome obstacles in my life that would make my life relatively normal. I thought, for example, that I would drive a car with adaptive equipment, or I thought that I would graduate from college at an average age of like 22 years old, and that I would be living up in a mansion up on the hill right now. It hasn't been that streamlined easy for me. I'll also comment that I think it's common for people to have high expectations when they're young of what life will turn out like, and then when the rubber meets the road, life often does not turn out the way you expect. And so where that has been relevant for me, and where I've grieved about it, I've come to learn some defensive lessons from grieving that I like. For example, to the extent that I've succeeded and thrived in my life, I'm working full-time remotely, and I do not drive a car because of my disability, but Uber can get me around where I want to go. And I have friends that I hang out with, and I like my life. And so to the extent that I've thrived in my own way, the grieving process that I've done along the way has taught me to own my circumstance, and nobody else can wear their life the way I have worn mine. That's not to say that they have not had similar experiences, but I think it's very unique the way that I've defined myself. It's very unique the way that I have responded to my situation, and it's very unique the way that I'm aiming my life in the future. And so I prefer to keep a low profile. I guess it's ironic that I'm sharing this secret publicly and sharing this video. But for what it's worth, for you to maybe hear from me and to be able to relate to me, and to find some ammunition to take ownership of your own circumstance by hearing from me, that's why I share it. And so in terms of the grief that I felt, I think that it helps me to kind of keep a few cards to myself when I'm getting to know somebody. For example, I gave you a pseudonym, and I'll keep it that way. I tend to think that people want to know a lot more information than they need to know. But often, once they have ammunition in their pocket about somebody, then they end up gossiping, and the truth is not truth very long when it spreads through the grapevine. And so I prefer to, again, keep information private that I think is not anybody's business to know. I also think that if I'm going to share some vulnerable information with somebody about myself, then it deserves for them to share something vulnerable about me as well. And so if I can sense that somebody isn't brave enough to be vulnerable with me the same way that they would like me to be vulnerable with them, then I can keep my deck of cards to myself. And that's all I have for now.